You're so lucky you get to hear that sweet voice all day. Good first meeting, Mrs. President.
Thank you.
You did a great job.
Thanks.
Lots of new parents, like
I know.
like fresh blood, fresh meat, showing up in the meeting, and yet still very thin crowd.
Yep.
I don't get it, guys. There's 40-something kids at this school now. 50 kids at this school, and we had like 10 of them represented in that room.
Yep.
I don't get it.
I get that people work, but I mean, come on.
Yes, people do work, but I guarantee you we could go down the list and name 5 at least that don't, or that, you know, have the freedom within their jobs to attend. Like, I don't understand not wanting to be part of things.
I know.
Don't get it.
People just drop their kids off in August and pick them back up in June, and they don't want to be bothered through the whole year.
That's weird to me.
I know. I want to be in the know and
involved
and
help.
have a say-so.
Yeah.
On what's going on.
Yeah, I think it makes for a better school experience. Doesn't matter if your child has special needs or not.
Right.
I think it just, you know, better school experience and better education.
And I'm not saying you have to be there every day, but I mean,
you don't have to be like Priscilla. She's just extra. Yeah, this is just the first pack meeting. Like, it's at least find out what's going on throughout the year.
Right.
But still a good meeting.
Yep.
We're back home. We're gonna work on some orders, get some stuff shipped out to you guys that have placed orders for that merch. Oh yeah, we got coffee mugs back in stock. So if you guys have been waiting on the coffee mugs, we have them with Abby's art on them. But I want to show you what we got in the mail. Priscilla ordered these because they were on clearance. So these are a bunch of bands for the road ID, for Abigail's road ID bracelet. Because when it starts to get tears in it, see that tear right there? I take it off her because I don't want her to lose the plate. This plate right here has got her name and our phone numbers on it and stuff like that, and it says that she has autism, and then of course the metal clasp, because they'll break after a while. But she's pretty rough on it because it's just a silicone band, but it lasts a long time, maybe a year, anywhere between 6 months to a year. Just depends on how hard she is on them. But Priscilla got all these. I think she paid like $1 a piece for these, which is an awesome deal. They're not on clearance anymore. There was only for a limited amount of time, but they do have stuff on clearance regularly if you want to go check them out. But it's called Road ID. You can just Google it. It's all one word. Road, R-O-A-D, ID. Yeah, you get it. I'll show you how this works. So we've had this for a few years, so it's pretty grungy and beat up a number of years actually. But so you put the plate on, you know, with their information on it, facing out. This actually has little measurements on there. You just cut it to whatever length you need it to be. I based it off of the old one and just gave her a couple extra notches just in case, so that I can, you know, you can always cut it shorter. You can't cut it longer. So this just goes in here, and this locks down like that. You need like a butter knife or something to get it apart. So that's good. You know, it's not going to just pop off, or they're not going to be able to pull it off. Other one locks on it, and then it's just a regular. It's a regular watch clasp, but it's got a locking section there, and that you need like a good strong thumbnail or a butter knife to get that open too, and then you release it there. So she hasn't figured out how to get them off yet. They're pretty sturdy, pretty strong. What in the world, Priscilla? There's the office though.
Look, you brought that in here.
No, you were folding clothes in here, and this is as far as it got.
Yeah, you guys have to put them up.
What? Come on.
Come on.
My office is our office is completely taken over with laundry.
Well, put it in its right spot, and then it'll be good to go. I'm busy.
I can hide back there. There's room for me. I'll just get on the couch.
No, you're not getting on the couch.
What?
Get this laundry put up.
Sorry, I'm in my office. I can't hear you.
Asa.
We've gotten to that point, guys. Like, I think this happens. I think it's fairly common for YouTubers, where the ones that are closest to you don't even care anymore. This lady here, she didn't even watch yesterday's vlog.
Sweetheart, you didn't sleep with me.
Oh my gosh, I just asked her.
Fold laundry.
I made you fold laundry. I asked her, like, do you want to see the vlog? She's like, I haven't even watched yesterday's vlog.
Well, I'm sorry. I've been a little busy.
Where's the support? So 17,000 people are less busy than you. Is that what you're saying right now? Because that's how many people have watched
yesterday's vlog. You keep making these long vlogs. I gotta like set aside time.
It's a good one. So you didn't have time to watch the 40-minute vlog, Priscilla?
No, I didn't. I didn't have 40 minutes.
Fair point. Fair point. I'll give you that one. We are waiting on our girl in the car rider line. Well, that's a dumb thing to say. Everybody's a car rider at this school. We're waiting on our girl in the car seat line. They have 2 separate lines at her school. The assistance line. So, you know, kids that need assistance getting buckled in and or put in a car seat, or like in Abby's case, a harness. We have this line over here, and then the loop that you see us drop her off in every morning, that's where everybody else gets in, the kids that don't need assistance, that can do their own seatbelt and such.
Yep.
So, but in the morning, everybody just goes the same because it takes the same amount of time to get out, really. But Abigail's speech and language pathologist just stopped by to say hi to us here in the parking lot. We hadn't seen her in forever, which reminded me, if you guys haven't seen our speech and language pathology video, it's a really, really good video. Tons of information. If you're curious about it, I had someone ask, that was during the live, right? If they should go into ABA or speech. Yeah. I would recommend checking out that video if you see this one. But I'll leave a link for it right up here so you can check it out. But really, really good information on what speech and language pathology is, what she does with Abby, how that works with nonverbal kids, not just kids that are working on, you know, improving spoken language, but kids that haven't even gotten there yet. So, good stuff.
Yep.
There she is.
Miss America.
Hey, girl. What's wrong?
She just started it.
Did Miss Irene pinch you?
Oh, good. She's a little rainbow.
Yeah, we heard her. We heard her in the bathroom. Hey, calm down, kiddo.
Calm down.
It's okay. So they said you have a good morning and you have an okay afternoon, and then you have a terrible time when you get in the car. That just hurts my feelings, Ab.
I know, you don't like
Gosh,
us?
what's wrong, kiddo? Hey, what's the matter? You want a snack? We can do a snack. We'll go home and get a snack, okay? And then we've got therapy today and we have respite, okay? All the people. Abby, who is it? Who is it? Can you open the door for Nanny? Open the door. Say hi, Nanny. She was smiling all the way up the driveway.
Great big old shout out when I got out of the car.
She was smiling all the whole time you were walking up the driveway.
Me too.
She's here.
Got your road ID back on. Arms up.
Mama hug. Aw, so sweet.
Kiss.
You want to say bye to everybody? You'll see them later. Say bye over here. Good job. Love you, darling. I'll take a high five.
Beautiful today.
Nanny saw our T-shirt, our autism shirt, on her boyfriend there over on Keto Savage on his YouTube channel.
Robert Sykes.
So he's wearing our shirt here.
That's her keto boyfriend.
His wife used to be a nanny to a child with autism. Oh, his soon-to-be wife.
Often right now in our lives.
Look, he's just, there it is.
There it is.
Fathering Autism shirt.
Fathering Autism shirt on another channel, on a keto channel at that. Look at that.
Good job, Nanny.
Yeah, Nanny said that to him.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. We have a very short
Bye, Robert.
Shout out Keto Savage.
Bye, Robert.
Savage Squad.
Okay, difficult conversation here. Difficult for us. Because we are such supporters of ABA therapy, right?
Yep.
It's difficult for us to say anything negative about ABA therapy because of how it may be perceived. We don't want it to be perceived that we are against ABA therapy in any way, right?
Right.
Okay. That being said, here we go. The methods of ABA therapy, the behavior modification of ABA therapy, if done incorrectly, can become dehumanizing. It can attempt to strip away what makes a person, whether they're autistic or not. you start to manipulate those behaviors. Behaviors are oftentimes communication, and they're oftentimes a large part of what makes someone who they are, makes them unique and different from everybody else in society. And when you try to manipulate those behaviors to the societal norm, then that is stripping away someone's individuality and someone's humanity, and it's wrong. Now, also, I want to say we're not having that issue. It's just a conversation that we had, with Abby's therapist. Most ABA therapists do, in some form, practice stim suppression, right?
Right.
Would you say most?
Yes.
I don't know. Should we go that far? Okay.
I would say most, because
Priscilla's,
it's ABA principles.
Priscilla's throwing down the gauntlet. She's saying most. That is ABA principles, stim suppression. Is it to make them more like everybody else in society, to make their behavior more societally appropriate?
No.
Or is it because
not in our case.
They can't focus on tasks?
Right. They want them to follow the task, and then they can continue to stim.
Okay.
But our therapists know how we feel about that personally.
Right.
And I appreciate the fact that they respect our wishes, and that we do not suppress Abby's stems.
Right. We have talked about in length before, guys, that autism is a very large part of who Abby is as a person. And it doesn't matter, I don't want to trigger those people that are full on, one side of the spectrum where they're like, autism is a disease and it needs to be cured, but I also don't want to trigger the people on the other end that are like, autism is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I myself am autistic and it makes me who I am. We're definitely falling softly in the middle of that, where autism has stripped us of so many things. It's taken away so much of our lives, and as parents, and then our daughter's life. Don't get me wrong, it absolutely has. If you disagree with anything, feel free to speak up at any moment.
Okay, I need to speak up.
Okay.
Because I don't fall in the middle. I'm very far to the right, where I don't want Abby to be cured, I guess. I don't guess. That's my thoughts.
Okay.
I don't want her to be cured. Yes, things have been taken away, but it's so minuscule to who the amazing person that Abigail is that it doesn't really matter to me.
Okay, so I would argue that your 16-year-old probably said it best. That the reason why he doesn't want Abigail, that he wouldn't choose, hit a cure button, is because it would change who Abby is as a person. That in itself would be selfish, because you don't want her to change because you like her the way that she is. Would life be easier for Abigail if she were not autistic? There's a whole nother question, because would it really?
There's certain things that Isaiah has to deal with as a typical 16-year-old, right, that Abigail will never have to deal with it.
Would Abigail be more independent? Yes. Would she be happier?
Who knows?
Who knows? Would she be better off? We don't know. Would life be easier? Possibly not.
There are people every day that don't have autism that struggle so much with other things,
Yeah, things that Abigail will never have to face because of her disability.
Right.
So, and this is not like a definitive thing, like this is how you should feel because this is how we feel. This is just a conversation that we've had numerous times, things that we have said to each other and said to other people, and it's just and it's an evolving thing, Right. When Abigail was first diagnosed, we were like, cure, we have to find a cure. But now we look at it like, would that be the right thing to do with Abby?
Right.
You may say that her life would be better without autism. That's your opinion, because you can't, I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to find something that would be better that I couldn't argue with. Would it be better according to your terms, according to your values, the way that you see life, or would it be better in general for her? So that's definitely it's a big conversation, and we could talk about this. I wish I could talk to you guys face to face, and we could have this conversation, because it's such an interesting concept for me. When you really think about it, oh, she'll never get married. So what? Maybe she doesn't want to get married.
Well, I was gonna say, what if she were typical and she didn't want to get married?
Right.
Then is that just as heartbreaking, or even more?
She'll never drive a car. You know what? It's really hard to drive a car when you're jamming out music and stimming in the back seat. I assure you, she's having way more fun in the back seat than we are in the front seat driving. Thanksgiving. Like, you know, so all these things that we value because it is the norm.
Well, you know, it's like when Isaiah talked about going to El Salvador and how the people there were so happy. And, you know, all of us look at happiness so different.
Right.
You know, they don't need the internet and social media and YouTube and all these things to make them happy. They don't need the fanciest clothes and the best food.
Right.
They're happy. So why can't Abby be happy with who she is?
Yeah.
Being autistic.
And it's not because, I want to make another point there to add on to that, it's not because she's not aware of what she could have, because the people in El Salvador are fully aware of how the rest of the world lives. They have television. They know how the rest of the world lives.
Right.
But they don't sit there pining over what they don't have.
Right.
So that's, maybe that's a lesson for all of us.
Okay, so back to ABA.
Gosh, we got off track. Okay. So yeah, lesson for all of us, be happy with what you have.
Yeah.
Cherish it. You know, don't just be happy for what you have, because that's like saying deal with what you have and don't worry about what other people have. I want you to like appreciate what you have. Like, hold on to that and love it, because this is the best thing ever. That's what the people in El Salvador taught Isaiah. Okay, back to ABA therapy. What were you gonna say?
Where were you going with it?
Where was I going with it?
So the whole suppressing stems.
We are not like, you know, if you've got ABA on this side and anti-ABA on this side, once again, we're not hard on either side of that fence.
No, that one I am in the middle.
Yes, because ABA therapy is very touchy. Like I feel like we need to monitor her program all the time to make sure that it's, you know, not that I don't trust the people administering it.
What we want.
Exactly.
For Abigail.
What we want for Abby. Because like I told the therapist today, you know, it's not that we don't trust you guys at all. It's just we are in charge of taking care of her for the rest of our lives.
Right.
And making sure that she's getting the best and being treated like a human for the rest of her life. And that's our job.
And I know the whole ABA principle is obviously behavior modification. But there's so much more to that. Like, that's what people focus in on.
Right.
Is they're modifying her behavior. But for Abigail, modifying her behavior to make her more independent.
Well, and that's because they use the word behavior in the simplest form that they process, which is good behavior, bad behavior. Is she behaving today?
Right.
And that's not what we're talking about. Everything is a behavior. Everything that you do is a behavior. The way that you do everything is a behavior. You're worried about this guy looking at us holding the camera next to him?
I was seeing if he looked.
Wouldn't that be even more awkward if you guys made eye contact? Are you gonna wave at him or something?
No.
Okay, so everything's a behavior, right? Everything. Right. Priscilla looking at the guy next to us is a behavior. She could train herself not to care what other people think about vlogging in public. You know how she would do that? She would roll her window down and talk really loudly to the camera, and guess what? Next time, she wouldn't care. That's modifying a behavior. Make sense? The routine in which you do to get up in the morning and get ready, how you brush your teeth, how you interact with people, everything is a behavior. So that's where this gets into behavior modification. Okay, before editing, this is 10 minutes and 45 seconds of banter. I hope you guys got something out of it. Maybe a deeper understanding of ABA. I feel like we just lit the world on fire. We just killed it. I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way, but man, that was a big talk. We've never talked about that before. We never talked about our issues with ABA therapy, I think because I was scared to. Am I right though?
Yeah,
because I was scared to. Were you scared? Like I didn't want to go against the grain when it comes to ABA, because we've had so many people say that they love ABA too. But I think you have to be intelligent about anything. That's like saying, oh, meds work great for my kid, but you got to be smart with medication. Right. You don't just pump them full of pills because you love meds. Right. I mean, it's no different than anything else. Okay, are we done talking? Oh, you're still going?
Yeah, go ahead. No, that's fine.
What were you gonna say?
I was just talking about, the reason that we had this is because we have two therapists right now. One is super strict. One is not as strict. One is in the ABA box and doesn't really like to bend the rules. There's no gray area for her. Mm-hmm. And then one, which is funny because that's my personality, black and white, no gray area. But for ABA, I'm not like that. there is a gray area for me.
Yeah. So we have two differing personalities, differing styles between ABA therapists. They both work together. They both do a fantastic job. They're just different. So.
And I guess my comment to fellow parents is that, you know, we get asked all the time, how do you know if it's the right person? Well, you have to go to them as a parent and say, I don't agree with this and this is why. And then you let them come back to you and say, well, this is why we're doing it.
Yeah, I think their response is going to let you know real quick whether they're the right therapist or not.
Right. Because we feel like we can talk to both of our therapists.
It's 13.5 minutes. It's like a whole vlog in one car ride. Do you feel better?
Yes.
I feel better.
I have to answer this person.
It's okay, real quick. Keep saying that we're gonna end this. This is also how her and I communicate sometimes.
Right.
How sometimes we get on the same page and we talk these things out, or by talking to you guys. I wish I could talk to your faces. I really do. You guys have it good, you know? You can see our faces. We don't get to see your faces. Girl, you and that J.O.B. So our vlog titles, our thumbnails, things like that, the direction that we go with the vlog, they're not scripted. Like we don't typically know what we're going to talk about during the day.
No.
We don't know what's going to happen or what thoughts are going to come to our mind. So these things just come up naturally. I already know what the thumbnail and title of this one's going to be because what we talked about, but it's, I don't know, I kind of like it. You know, we talk about some really important topics while we're just going about our day and sharing our day with you. So, you know, excuse the 12-minute rants or whatever when we go off on a tangent, but I think it's important topics. Right now we're gonna go into the high school and I'm gonna take pictures of the volleyball team because I do the social media account for the high school for the sports, facts and athletics. So that's what we're doing now with our regular life. Neither team won. The JV didn't win, the varsity didn't win either.
No.
I got some really good pictures though. That's what I came for, so.
That's good.
I'm joking, I came to root for them, of course.
I get so invested.
Volleyball is an intense sport, like way more intense than football. You guys make fun of us about our passion for football here in the US, the people that aren't in the US, obviously. But volleyball, way more intense. Like those girls, like, oh man, they get head games going on, you know, and they get all
They're like side out right as soon as the girl goes to head.
Well, I mean, guys talk trash too. I'm talking about head games on their own. Like they get feeling down and then all of a sudden it's like they can't pull themselves out of a slump.
Yeah, but guys don't talk trash where everyone can hear them. They like do it under their breath. Like, I don't know what.
Because they're talking about each other's mamas and stuff. You can't say that stuff out loud.
Girls are like all out there with it.
How was Abby?
She was awesome. Well, no, she wasn't. She was kind of a brat.
Kind of a brat?
Yeah.
Love you too.
She tried to get into the dog food that we keep for Maverick, the wet dog food.
Yeah.
She tried to get into that, so it's in the fridge.
In the fridge?
Yeah.
Oh, the cans of it?
Yeah, the cans.
That were on the butler's pantry?
She tried to get into that, and then she was just running around causing a ruckus when I was here, so. But other than that, she was good.
Woo, girl! Holy cow. So these pajamas, if you guys don't know, if you're relatively new here, a subscriber made these pajamas. They took regular pajamas and sewed them together to make one set of pajamas. Isn't that a good idea?
Hi, Maverick. Are you so excited? Are you so excited?
It doesn't work, but he can't. Scratch his ears, Mom. He needs help with that. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. It's like I don't get to scratch my ears, Mom. You got all your blankets. Look. Buddy. It doesn't work, Maverick. Abby's got all her blankets. Everybody keeps sending her. She's got her quilt. She's got her stimming blanket. All of them, huh? Did you miss us? Did you? Hey, I'm asking you a question. Oh, so tired. Is that because you woke up so early? Priscilla and I went and got Chinese. We went to, what's that place called? Panda Express. So if you want like a little lazy keto tip for Panda Express, you can eat there. You can get the teriyaki chicken without the teriyaki sauce because that's pretty much all sugar. And the vegetables instead of like rice or chow mein. Those are good options as well. It's super good. Tastes great. You can get like a diet soda if you want to, or just drink water. That's the healthier way to go. But the important thing is my fortune cookie said, I had to get it. Okay, it says your friends depend on you for solid advice. And you know, fortune cookies are kind of like, they always seem to apply no matter what the situation is that you have going on or what's gone on recently in your life, which is kind of ironic how they do that. What, baby girl, what? Cookies? No, we're not doing cookies tonight. Like literally not. I know I said that last night and we did. We're not tonight. It's not happening. Can you turn that light back on now? Thanks. So that applies to the talk that we had earlier as far as advice, ABA therapy, our opinion on it. You know, like I said, it's our opinion. You know, take it for what it is. But we would still recommend visiting your therapist, you know, being there for therapy, that kind of thing when you're doing ABA. You definitely want to know what's going on in the room just because of the intense impact that behavior modification can have. It also brings a point up that I'm sorry. I apologize that we didn't discuss this sooner. It was more of an insecurity of our own. You know, the whole, I don't know, the internet feels like a black or white place. You either have to be totally for something or totally against something, or else you're wishy-washy or something. I don't know what it is, but I apologize that we didn't bring this to the forefront sooner. We weren't hiding anything, it just never came up. Like, we didn't really discuss it in length like that. Like I said, we use those times to discuss things with you guys. We're also having that conversation with each other. So, well, that's it for us today, guys. We are gonna go up, Priscilla's already on YouNow. I'm getting ready to go up there and hang out with her live on YouNow. Isaiah, do you wanna say bye?
Bye, guys.
Bye. Do you wanna say bye? What's that face? Say bye. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. What's up?
Hi there.
Yeah.
You guys vloggers? I promise you I wash my clothes. I know I wear the same shirt every night, but it's because I come back from football, I take my shower or whatever, and I've got 2 of these, and they're so comfy.
Literally nobody even noticed.
I bet they did.